First things first, Joe Budden drama.
Yeah.
How you feel about everything that's happening? Because a lot has been happening.
A lot has been happening with Joe from day one, though. That's the crazy part. Like, Joe's been involved in tons of drama from day one. I'm talking about from Jay-Z drama to, you know what I'm saying?
Slaughterhouse.
G-Unit 50
Jam,
I mean,
Spotify.
Exactly. This pretty much been his life, you know what I mean?
Cases with women.
Yeah. Been a lot.
Child
fights
support,
with consequence.
Family court.
It's a million things that he went through and we watched him go through. So
beefs with the game and consequence, you name it.
Yeah. So this ain't nothing new. It just seemed like an onslaught. You know how everything go when one person jump, another person jump, you know what I mean? But when you the bully.
But I mean, we talked about initially how the Rory Mal versus Ish and Ice. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And when we didn't know if they was coming back. And then they came back for that short period of time.
Yeah.
It was like, cool, everything is, you know what I mean? They're still trying to figure it out, but they back. And then for them to be gone, and I say this because as much as we could say this is the Joe hate train, we have to remember who got the engine ready and hot.
That's what I'm saying. When you
got the wheels moving, it was
exactly
Joe because he came out, with the whole, I'm going to use my podcast to talk about these two dudes right here. So we gotta also.
But if you are the bully, when somebody punched the bully, everybody jumps the bully. When somebody get the heart to punch the bully, if the bully stumble, that's over. Everybody, it's 30 people gonna jump on the bully. You know what I'm saying? So it just took that one.
You feel like Joe is the bully? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like he can be bullish. Yeah, in some of his ways and approaches. I mean, according to other people, yeah, for sure. How somebody gonna tell you they want to see their money for 3 years and you just not budge, and you coming in every day smiling, laughing? Right. That's a bully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying he a bully like that, but I'm saying that's bully behavior.
I don't know if that's truly what happened if it was 3 years, because it seemed like they was getting sent certain things.
Yeah, but I mean.
But yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, how I feel about it is, you have what this group says, you have what the other group says. Nobody is seeing contracts. Nobody is seeing paperwork. Everybody is basing their opinion off of how either Mal and Rory say they feel, or how Joe Budden says that he feels.
Yeah.
And so we make an opinion based off of that. But I don't know if we have enough facts to say this is correct or this is wrong. Now we could sit here and judge the way his personality is with them and some of the complaints they make in terms of him being disrespectful.
Yeah. Like I said, part of what I'm saying is the way he going about it.
Right.
It's really like when somebody slap you, is one thing. When they slap you and say, "So the fuck what?" That's next level. You know what I'm saying? You start feeling like ultimate disrespect. Like, yo, this motherfucker, like, you could step on my shoe, but like, damn.
It's crazy because I mean, you talked about him playing chess, and
yeah,
I feel like I see a lot of people being strategic and moving in certain ways because, reality is after this, everyone has to have another move.
Yeah.
It has to do what they're going to do. Whether it be Joe moving on with Ish and Ice, whether it be Rory and Mal keeping their character intact because of some of the things that he said, whether it be Olivia Dope, who may have always wanted to give an explanation to the public of why she left. Or if she's going to go get her lawyer and sue, who knows? But everybody has to move.
This what I'm gonna say.
Parks, who has to continue to work with, Joe and Ian, and everybody is thinking about the position they're in and what happens to them next.
Everybody's playing chess, and I'm not mad at it. Everybody's playing chess. Joe was playing chess because Joe knew that he couldn't win the fight over the details. When you go over the logistics and the clerical shit, Joe wasn't going to win that. So he went and got his therapist and, kind of not play the victim role, but like, yo, I need to get it together. Because he was going hard at first, but they comeback didn't really
he softened what he was saying.
Yeah, they shit was airtight, so he couldn't really.
Yeah,
he had to switch his pitch.
But I do think it brings a interesting perspective, because everybody is. What I'm hearing from people is different things. I'm hearing people talk about the disrespect. I'm hearing people talk about accounting. I'm hearing people talk about friendship. And all these things are mixed in, and it becomes kind of like a mountain of a mess.
Yeah.
And that's really what I think it is. I've already told you what I really felt like this is. I really have felt like the whole issue is a power struggle. Mm-hmm. And I said there's a lack of communication.
Right.
Because we could sit here and we could talk about accounting, and we could talk about respect, and we could talk about friendships. But at the end of the day, I personally feel like if there was communication where Joe would have said, yo, let's be honest. Let's have this hard discussion. And they really just said it.
Yeah.
Are they employees? Are they partners? Because once you have that defined, it changes the whole scope of the conversation.
That's a fact.
And I can already tell that the way Joe talks about them, the way he deals with them, the way that he's like accounting, what you mean you need da-da-da-da, is because he sees them as employees.
Yeah.
You can't go and you can't work at McDonald's and be like, yo, I need the whole accounting of what's coming in and out.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But if you are partners at that McDonald's,
yeah.
Even if you're part owner of that particular McDonald's, you can say, yo, I need the ins and out, and it be handed to you, and it be say, yo, my bad, we got it for you quarterly.
Yeah, and I think they, like I said, like I told you, if he looked at them like equals, this would be a whole different conversation.
Right.
But sometimes when you pull in a train, you could forget that the whole train is not just you. Like, because he's making the deals happen. He's doing the paperwork. He came in with the name. He came up with the name. He put the crew together. And then these people come, like, yo, we partners. Like, that's cool, but in all actuality, I put in a lot more work for this. So, and it's got my name on it. Like I always tell you, if something got your name on it and it fell, it could fuck your whole entire brand up.
Correct.
Your name is everything. So you might not want to name something after yourself if you're not gonna have full control over it.
That's it.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact. But
because think about if the Eve show would have been as funny as Martin, that would have changed like the whole trajectory of Eve's career. She would have now been like a Hollywood, but just I'm saying based off the name, that would have never went nowhere. The name Eve would have been like, if I say Martin, even though it's a common name, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, Martin Lawrence. Because it's Brandon and, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I know, but that even brings us to a different place, because I don't know if Ma and Rory had always wanted it to be named the Joe Budden Podcast, or if that was, this is what we need.
Well, I remember them saying that, though. I remember, if I could be wrong, but I remember it was an episode early on where they were saying, yeah, they had to make me change the name to the Joe Budden Podcast. Joe Budden actually said he was against it. I don't know if any of them remember that, but I remember listening to the podcast, and he was saying Joe was against it. He brought it up, and then he was like, nah. And then it was like, nah, I think we should roll with that.
Right. I mean, that's something you have to look back. I take your word, though. But I'm saying, period, like, whether it be your name or not, at the end of the day, when people feel like they have a partnership with you, then they have different expectations than when it's an employee. And I think there was a lack of communication.
Get it clear.
And it was that clarity is not there, and it creates all this. Because, for example, when Rory said, I was talking to Elliot Wilson and I was talking about a possible deal. Yeah. He was like, I don't see what was wrong with that. You see, if you're an employee and somebody feels like you work for them and this is their shit, they don't want you going to go talk to nobody on behalf of their shit to say, yo, this is...
Yeah, you can't represent them because you're not even in on the corporate side of their business. Yeah. Like, I don't think he would have been mad if his manager talked to if Ian or whoever his manager is talked to Elliot Wilson,
but
he
when
wouldn't
you
have been.
somebody that Rory May felt like, yo, we in this together.
Yeah.
This is our thing.
Yeah.
Then you feel comfortable taking a meeting and it coming up and you saying, yeah, it sounds good. Like we could talk about it with the guys, because you feel like this is something that is yours as well.
Yeah.